skin too.
This is an excellent shield, Sonja.
And here, from the Raven clan.
An impressive shield.
It is good, but it needs a touch of grandeur, something personal for your father. A sigil, I think. A mark to adorn the front. We need an artisan. Is there one in the village?
I know a man. A master craftsman in exile. He lives in a cave northeast of Hemthorpe.
I would take you there myself, but I have Isbjorn to retrieve.
Isbjorn? Your father's spear. Did he not wield it at Ulkethorpe?
He lost it some winters back on a bear hunt. He hit the beast hard, but the spear stuck and the bear fled into the forest.
And after all these winters, you hope to find it again and present it to the pyre. The odds are narrow, to say the least.
Fret not, friend. I have a nose for these things. Seek out the exile. He'll see to your shield. This is an excellent shield, Sonja. Gunnar's craft never disappoints.
Cast about this land, my friend. This must be the cave Billy mentioned. Who would live here? The exile must value his solitude living in a hole such as this. You're a difficult man to find. Hemminger Jarl is dead. I was told you're a master craftsman. I seek an etching on the shield to celebrate the life and death of Hemminger Jarl.
The stones. Hemminger Jarl possessed a steady hand and steady heart. Do you possess the same? steady.
How could it be at such a time?
Hemminger Jarl's heart never wavered.
Yes, Hemminger's heart was as steady as it was large. You've not yet answered me. Will you help me with my etching?
How will you remember him?
By his unrivaled prowess on the battlefield.
Ah, Gungnir then. Odin's faultless spear, a symbol of power. Is this your choice?
Yes, I choose this one.
I will begin.
How did you come to be here?
Fate. I was given a death sentence. Unfairly, I felt. But a man was killed. Hemminger Jarl desired for me to live. The villagers did not. My sight and exile. That was our compromise.
Thank you for this.
His son will take his place.
That is for Vili to decide.
Vili has no say. Fate has already decided.
Hemminger would be pleased with our gift. I wonder if Vili has found his spear. Festive.
Too festive, and too soon. Fires, fights, and every man soaked in mead. Ugh, this has gone too far.
Hemthorpe could burn before the pyre's lit.
Gods, have I failed my dear Jarl?
Peace, Tryggvi. I'll do what I can to calm things. What do you see?
Flee, warrior, flee! Loki's horse lays waste here!
You mean Hemminger's famous fighting roosters?
Dragons with mighty claws! Save me from their wrath! Thank you, mighty Thor. You've saved my life.
When you sober up, steer clear of roosters.
What a perfect figure you have. Poised, powerful, perfect.
Me!
Yes. I cannot help but wonder, is your flighting as striking as you?
How do you mean?
I draw smiles from the women and winks from the men. I'm a poetry lover who's skilled with his pen. If you fancy a round, then approach and come speak. If you're lustful for verse, then I've got what you seek.
I'll flight with you.
Perfect. Would you like to make it, interesting? With a wager, I mean.
My wager.
Thank you. Are we ready?
Let's begin.
What know you of the power of fleets to seduce? Are you even aware that they have such a use? See, your weapon lies not in your belt, but your head.
With words, I'll ensnare you and put you to bed.
Yes! I could feel when you entered, the room became warm. Though I doubted your flighting, I quite liked your form. On your every word, I can say that I'm hung.
I'm as good with my lips as I am with my tongue.
Yes, more! I could fleet more sweet nothings inside of your ear. Though I warn you, they're some of the lewdest you'll hear. But instead of just telling, I'll happily show.
While I doubt you can take me, I'll give you a go.
That was delicious. It's rare that I meet one who can keep pace with me. So, what do you say? Shall we find somewhere and exchange a little more than, words?
Absolutely.
Good. If you enjoyed my flighting, you'll be thrilled by what else a skilled mouth can do.
Mynda renna augun til hans allar. Kampar hans. Survey the area soon. What is this voda you speak of?
A gift without price, fit for a Jarl's lips. But hurry, it catches flame. Help! Fire! Save my voda, it burns! Help! Fire! Save my voda, it burns!
If this is your voda, I managed to save it from the licking flames.
You dared Surtur's heat, yes! A most potent drink, distilled from grain by the Rus of Kiev. Dip your horn and have a drink.
A bit of drink in the belly never hurt.
Watch yourself. The voda sneaks up on you quick.
Go, my eyes. Show me what lies ahead.
Play Bob Classic!
Oh my god!
The people are quite upset.
Leave me be! I did nothing wrong!
You should walk out of here on your own before you cannot walk at all.
Yes, I'll walk. Don't hurt me, please. There's a key there. you open the door, I will follow you out.
You've got the key! Use it!
You'll pay for your wrongs, desecrator! Enough. Let him speak to explain himself.
I loved Heminger. I swear. I only want him to fly free in the kingdom of God.
So you drench his body with your filth waters? Is it your Christian holy water?
Of course. I anointed him in the name of the Lord.
Shut your mouths, both of you. Your antics have outlasted their welcome. Now go. Some order seems to have been restored. Now to Tryggvi, to let him know. I have calmed the guests, as much as they can be in their grief.
They mourn. It is to be expected. Still, thank you.
And how do you feel, old friend?
I mourn more deeply than most, I think.
Hemminger would be proud of what you have accomplished here. All you have done for him.
I hope so.
This ache will pass, Tryggvi. With time.
Yes, it will.
The Alding is tomorrow, and a Jarl must be chosen. I should speak with Sunniva about this.
Did you consult the Volva? And were your questions answered?
Some questions were answered. Others I must answer myself. Do you think there is a place for Vili in our settlement? He expressed a desire to live and work with us.
Will he not be Jarl of this shire before the day's end?
That remains to be seen. Some are more eager to see Tryggvi in the high seat.
Eivor, Tryggvi has no intention to lead. He feels duty-bound to follow his master into death.
Absolutely not. My father would never allow such foolishness.
How else can I honor my Jarl, old as I am? This is no country for me. The future is yours, Vili.
The flames of this pyre will burn for my father. You must live. I forbid you to follow him into death. I will not let you sacrifice yourself.
Do you forbid me as a friend, Vili? Or as our new Jarl?
As a man who would see you come to your senses.
Vili. Tryggvi. Each man wears one of Hemminger's boots, with both men unwilling to seize the other.
Does the world need such useless, dithering men? Why not stake a claim yourself? Take this shire of your own.
It is not my place.
Your place is anywhere you lay your head, any hill you summit. Any silver you take for your own, do not limit yourself to niceties.
Nottinghamshire deserves a leader to admire. A man the people can trust. Most love Vili, and he loves them. But he lacks the will to be leader. He could learn. But does he wish to? And Tryggvi, sturdy and wise, and loyal to the legacy Hemminger Jarl left behind. Almost to a fault. But he is old, and his thrill for living has fled him. Hardly inspiring.
You cannot! I will not allow it!
I am not asking for your permission. Only your forgiveness.
Gods, Eivor, put a stop to this fool's death wish.
Tryggvi has no Jarl to serve Vili. He's free to set his own course to the ocean's edge, to trade this world for the next. As are you, Vili. Our lives belong to us.
Thank you. Thank you, Eivor. Vili, do not misplace your anger on friends who speak what they believe is truth.
Do as you must, Tryggvi. I will miss you, old friend.
And I you, my boy. I must prepare myself for the flames, body and spirit.
Eivor!
Sunniva!
Picts were spotted moments ago, lurking in the thicket. Vili gave chase.
Arshstick! You should have roused me first. Show me where he went.
Let us wake the others. The dark is lousing with Picts.
I can take them on myself. Tell me where.
They're not far. I'll show you. His rage has consumed him, Eivor. All this anger, this sadness, it has truly taken form.
Arshstick was never one to temper his emotions. This was bound to happen. I should have been more
blame
vigilant.
yourself, Drengur.
He always had me to watch his back, as children, and again now. If this rampage is what he needs to rid himself of the sick that binds him, I will at least make sure he does not hurt himself.
Thank Odin he has the mighty Wolf-Kissed as his shadow.
There are things we do for family, Sunniva. No questions asked. For you, I would have done the same. For any of Ravenclan.
We know, Drengur. That is why we are sworn to you. Here, Eivor. This was where Vili saw the scout killed and then charged after the enemy ahead. I will head back to Hemthorpe and make sure our ravens stand.
I must be careful now. Sunan, guide me.
careful! I'll do it right.
Can't you shoulder the team and all you? Train.
Of mourning?
Stop, Billy. They're gone. It's done.
Pah! I've seen roosters fight with more spirit.
Oddly enough, so have I.
That sound. Is it thunder?
Footsteps.
We need to fall back. Follow me. Quickly!
Need so scared. Ni filma ni chaufförer runt in er mother.
Just like when we were children, getting into trouble and getting away.
Save your honey words for when we get out of here alive, Arstick. Shouldn't eat those.
Ah, by Thor's thunderhammer. That quickened the blood.
Wild and reckless, like our first battles together. Remember the island north of Stavanger?
I do. Kjotve the Cruel trained his berserkers there.
Great lumbering fools, foaming at the mouth. We taunted them from the treetops.
And the drunk one, remember? Naked as the morning. Froze his cock off trying to find us.
Then fell to humping a snowdrift.
Were you glad to hear from me?
I did wonder what trouble you had been up to. But I smiled at hearing your name, and I wondered if you had taken after your father. If you were now leading your clan.
Well, you have your answer. I'd sooner take after a troll and leave this clan in your hands.
That I will not do.
When my father was named Jarl, he had no one to help him, and still he triumphed. But I am not my father. I simply want to roam. Do you think Sleipnir would be content bound to a stable, no matter how glorious it may be? Hey! What is that for?
You have friends, Willy. You have family and clan.
Of course. I know that.
You can't roam forever. Keep that in mind. You are surrounded by those who love you, and that will not change unless you push it all away.
You speak a truth, I understand.
Troll-faced arstick.
A chicken draugur! Is such a thing possible? For that does not seem possible.
Voda too. A water infused with fire. I do not lie. Your father's death aside, Billy. This has been... good. Fun even.
Do you ever wonder what might have happened if we had not been separated by the North Sea so early in our lives? What adventures we would have had. The raids, the battles, the glory. I even think about what we might have been to each other.
I have, fondly. And often enough that it sometimes seemed you never left. Maybe you never did.
I want you, Eivor. Your warmth. Your touch.
Like this.
I cannot say how I will feel tomorrow, Eivor.
Shut up, Billy. Billy, you know that this was momentary heat, just a flickering flame.
Yes. We let our passions set sail, just this once. I should get back. Rest. The funeral will still be there when you wake up fully.
Billy, gone already. To prepare for the funeral, I imagine. So many Danes, so many Norse. This will be the send-off Heminger deserves. All the funeral preparations are in order.
Eivor, my father sets forth on his final voyage.
May the winds favor him.
The nobles have offered up their funeral gifts. All but you. Present what you have, and the celebration may begin.
I have it here. A shield bearing the rune of Gugnir, exalted spear of Odin. May it guide this great man's aim. Eternal be your war strength, Heminger. Drenched in battle dew, may you fight until the sky wolf swallows the sun.
Stand at my side.
Speak from your heart, Heminger, son.
Today we mourn the passing of Heminger Jarl of Nottinghamshire. My father. Our father. He was a towering force. A strength to fear and admire. Now gone. Yet together we are the example of his greatness. I see him in each of you. His love for battle, but also peace. For wisdom, sorrow, and joy. His generosity, his spirit. In you I see his life, and his love of drink. Gods, did he love drink! We are these things because he was these things. Father, we shall be to our children what you were to us. And when they are ready, we will meet you again.
You have made this old man proud. Each of you.
And you us.
"9 days, One Eye hung from the tree. 9 worlds he saw. 9 runes he found. 9 nights he bled.
Father, receive your loyal servant. Give him a fine farewell.
Sunniva, Ride to Hemthorpe and prepare the longhouse for the Althing. The next Jarl will soon take his seat.
Have they given their Jarl a fine farewell?
They have. None drank so well and so deeply as Clan Hemminger's son.
The declaration of succession must happen soon, before we are too drunk and exhausted to remember our names.
I agree. Call on those who must attend. The Althing will begin shortly.
Eivor!
You look uneasy.
I'm not so drunk I cannot stand, but... hang on to me a moment.
You do your father proud by this celebration, and by taking his seat. He wanted this, Vili.
I mourn for myself, Eivor. For us. You know my heart. It beats for the passion of battle heat. Not this.
As did your father's heart when he was our age. But he grew up, and so shall we. Now, go on, man. Show them you're a Hemminger son.
People of Hemthorpe, of Ulkerthorpe, of Nottinghamshire. We honor neither Tryggvi nor my father by continuing to mourn. These men dedicated their lives to bettering all of Nottingham. They died in that service. Now, I humbly pledge my life to following in their path. And I ask each of you to rise and be to me what Tryggvi was to my father. Together, we shall build the world they wish to build.
You have already learned that people prefer shorter speeches to long ones, Vili Jarl.
It will take time to wear that title with comfort. My father never swore a formal oath with your clan. There was no need, for you are family. Let it be known, the Hemmingers and Clan Raven are true sworn friends from this day forward. Do you accept?
Aye.
Well?
Be fair. Be just. And call upon us often, our stick.
I'm sure I will.
Skullsmiths in Valhalla leder. Die führen het halfdan.
Ranvi will want to know about this. This time I return to the settlement.
Eivor, have you seen Wallace?
I bring fair tidings, Ranvi. Hemminger Jarl in Nottinghamshire has passed, but his clan remains allied to us.
Sad news, but you made the best of it.
I saw my old friend Willi on my visit. He's their Jarl now, and he's pledged to aid us in times of need. I want to see the Alliance map. Hytham received a message from Winchester, from someone calling himself a poor fellow soldier of Christ.
Your hidden ally. Very interesting. More targets, I assume.
Yes. So what do you think? Could it be a trap?
As a West Saxon stronghold, Winchester will be a rather unwelcome place for you. But that is nothing you cannot handle. If you go, do not go boldly.
I'll make my way to Winchester. The letter asked me to meet a man in white at a house of God, and then recite this phrase. When pride cometh, then cometh shame. But with the lowly cometh wisdom.
A passage from their holy book, I believe. Interesting. Go with care.
Well, come on there.
Ah, Willem, is spooky there.
Hush your whistle.
Best go hooded here.
Hey! No escape! Help me! Others' backs! Go! Do your duty, men! Let us! We fight together! Dead! Coward! You won't escape! Get in there! Take the fight to the enemy! You can't outrun me! Back! Follow my lead. What? So not much longer. This one's mine!
Ritis et pidem, dus et vos in terram e provisa.
The seat of King Alfred's power, where hawkshit stained my boots. I will find the man in white in their god's house. What see you, old friend? I will find the man in white in their god's house.
Ecto hominum quale dilexit, ego sum verite.
This must be the house of their timid god. They built him a rich dwelling.
Fecit Dominus nostra sapiens nubus, vide collecta supra in terra atheres, et locustus est ad eo.
Even them. A Dane treads the cobbles of God's house. In search of Christ's redemption, I hope.
Your Christ can wait his turn. It's you I've come to see.
Is that so?
When pride cometh, then cometh shame. But with the lowly cometh wisdom. You know these words, and you know why I speak them.
I do, but I am not yet satisfied that you are the one for the task ahead. As Jesus said unto Thomas, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Speak the deeds of Christ in order. Only then will you cometh unto my Lord.
If I must dance to your tune, tell me where to step.
In books one may find such wisdom. We had many in England, before the Danes burned our churches. A few yet remain nearby. Or perhaps a more pious soul in need of charity will reward you with a lesson.
I have nothing for you now, but I will return.
Even the mighty fall. And God's servant, the Bishop Aelfirth, was mighty indeed in defense of his God.
I need your eyes.
Of wit, oxen strong, meek as a lamb. Would God call them?
What do you see, Suna?
Sterling. So Anna next Bergen minus levels death. It's named there.
Iets beheet is net tevelen. Iets swear je.
The Lord takes the best of us to sit beside him.
Bishop Aelfirth? He is not with God. He is locked in the flaming crypt where all heretics go.
Hush, they'll hear you.
Tales enem voluntantum Dei. Singulus rebus longe, incomprehensibile gludas qui erat, discipulus es homine, vi fismunge, sed ut aloncum sum chanam.
May was that yifet that door sweet. Help me in that awendum.
Meum es sordidum planetum revolutam, sed non novi, ubilutam estat. Tales pietate, und lavabit apparatus quodatum.
Tabas et Felice.
He rose from the dead. A nice trick, and not easily done. He bathed in the river, so a gentle wash brings them closer to their god. Their god brings them light, just as Baldur does. Light as bright as the summer sun.
speak the deeds of Christ in order.
On the mountain, his face shone like the sun, and he became light.
His transfiguration.
God breathed on the water, and in the Jordan River he was cleansed of all sin.
His baptism.
The women came with offerings, but they could not find him when they looked among the dead.
His resurrection. Thou art weighed in the balances, and found wanting. Perhaps you should try again. Speak his story, in order.
The women came with offerings, but they could not find him when they looked among the dead.
His resurrection.
Curse you, cloth peg. Let me start again.
God has infinite patience. Speak his deeds in order.
On the mountain, his face shone like the sun, and he became light.
His transfiguration.
The women came with offerings, but they could not find him when they looked among the dead.
His resurrection.
God breathed on the water, and in the Jordan River he was cleansed of all sin.
His baptism. Thou art weighed in the balances, and found wanting. Perhaps you should try again. Speak his story, in order.
God breathed on the water, and in the Jordan River he was cleansed of all sin.
His baptism.
Curse you, cloth peg. Let me start again.
God has infinite patience. Speak his deeds in order.
On the mountain, his face shone like the sun, and he became light.
His transfiguration.
I am no Christian. I do not know your stories.
Then return when you no longer languish in a pit of ignorance. Has his light brought illumination to your darkness? Speak his story.
God breathed on the water, and in the Jordan River he was cleansed of all sin.
His baptism.
On the mountain, his face shone like the sun, and he became light.
His transfiguration.
The women came with offerings, but they could not find him when they looked among the dead.
His resurrection. And Jesus said, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness. Well spoken.
Are the riddles done?
That is not for me to decide, for I am not the one who summoned you. If you follow, I will lead you to him.
I solved your riddle. Now all I get is silence. Who am I to meet?
Shh. Even a fool, when he keeps silent, is considered wise.
Yet men become wise by speaking with other men. They grow foolish when keeping to silence.
Hush! Your prattling offends God's ears.
We're here.
May Christ, whose terror scares away the foul throngs, make with me a strong covenant. Was God's lesson instructive?
I learned that your god fears death just as mine do. Just as every man does.
Yet through our Lord, we may achieve life everlasting in his glorious presence. Perhaps you missed that detail.
Do all the priests in Winchester have this same skill for drama? You risk your life, Alfred King.
I have invited you here to speak on equal terms. Do the Dane laws of hospitality not apply in Wessex?
You gifted my Jarl to that whelp from the Order of Ancients, the warrior Fulke.
Fulke was an enemy of Wessex. But it seems someone has already removed her threat from my lands.
If you did not hear it was me, you have now.
Impressive. The Order of Ancients has surely been crippled by her loss.
How much do you know of this order?
Only this, and little more. This letter, signed by one who calls himself a poor fellow soldier of Christ, warns of a plot against my life.
The gallows, the quill, the Sikhs. Free men eager to kill you.
2 now. The Bishop Aelfirth is dead. He was the Sikhs, so far as I can tell.
And a humble servant of your god. That must sting.
Still, his death has strengthened Christian fellowship in Winchester. I pray the deaths of his colleagues will do the same.
You have faced warriors like me many times before, and many times you have lost or been cheated. Why trust me now?
I have men in London and Jorvik. Men who send me reports on the rise and fall of the tides of war. Not long ago, men and women of some influence were murdered in those places. In oddly specific circumstances. When I received this letter from our poor fellow soldier, it did not take long to work out why. I don't know your motive, nor what you hope to gain. All I ask is that you finish the work you have begun, before these fallen souls infest England further.
I should let the Order kill you. It would speed our conquest of England.
You may remove the organs of state. The cancer will remain.
Then promise me a reward I can sing about. A healthy king's weight in silver.
Very well. As much as you can carry. This morning, my reeve, Goodwin, was not at his post.
A man you trust?
Goodwin was following the clues given in this letter when he disappeared.
Where was he last seen?
At his house, by the West Gate. You may find something there. Eivor, compose yourself while you are my guest. My city is not a battlefield.
Not yet, Great King, but the day will come. I need to find this reeve, Goodwin. I see you, little mice.
The quill has eyes everywhere.
Ote conspecto hominum quale
That Selwyn's got some stones on him arresting Alfred's man. Who rules in Winchester anyway? Is Alfred?
Dead! Get behind if you can!
Goodwin gone, and guards sniffing around, so where would they have taken him? Papers thrown on the fire. Goodwin covering his tracks, or the guards destroying evidence.
If you don't give me help,
Someone disagrees with Alfred educating the people of Winchester.
Is this what you want? You filthy swindler! A pond full of piss! I'm happy to...
Broken bowls, food scattered. They took him by force. There must be a garrison in the city. A violent struggle with the guards. They must have taken him to Winchester's garrison. I should not be seen in this area.
I'll ring the bell! We keep our wits.
Time is good for you! The heathen Northman comes!
Get round the side.
The other side must be barred.
Hey, what? You're wrong! You're going down! Blindside, idiot! Suffer for that!
I'll stage your welcome.
Sunan. Thick walls and thicker guards. A place to keep a valuable man.
That's enough! The thrill of the chase! Knock the idiot down!
Must be blocked from the other side. Get on the other side.
Try to flank, damn coward! Feel my breath on your neck!
A Dane in Winchester. These are strange times.
King Alfred sent me, pleading from his bended knee to find someone.
I know Alfred well enough to spot a bloody lie when I hear it. If he did send you, he was standing tall and proud.
That he was, and you are the man I've come to find, Goodwin. Do you know why?
If I had one guess, to find these heretics from the Order of Ancients, and bury them so deep, even God would need a shovel.
So where do we start digging?
My research should help us. If they haven't burned it already, it'll be somewhere nearby.
I will find your research. Now go, before they find their wolf has fled his cage. Let's regroup beyond the walls! Stretch your wings, Sunan.
Hey! Ace me, O Lord!
Winchester surely with us.
Aid me. Be my eyes. But Reeve Selwyn ordered executions for petty theft and mudslinging, a husband and wife, to be carried out soon. Goodwin's research against the Order of Ancients.
Pathetic! With me! Watch for my lead! Here!
Winchester mourns a good bishop and a strong, virile man. May he find his peace with God.
Is this what you want? You filthy swindler! A pond full of pins!
You seem agitated.
What gave it away? The fact that I had to debase myself pissing in this swindler's pond, or the angry shouting?
This man has something of yours?
And here's another godsend to shit in my stew pot. Sod off, unless you are going to magic Alfred's jewel out your arse.
If the jewel belongs to Alfred, it might be worth a pretty penny.
Give me the jewel, Alfred Commission!
I am grateful for your help.
It's a brazen move to arrest Alfred's favored reeve.
This so-called order are nothing but deviled shit peddlers.
Shit peddlers who have wormed their way into every crevasse of your country. They're dangerous.
I didn't catch your name, did I?
Eivor of the Raven Clan. Scourge of Mercia, if that name doesn't rattle some recognition.
Well, Eivor, when our 3 heretics smolder on a heap of ash, we'll down a cup of ale together and share our distaste of Mercians like old friends.
Alfred believes at least one is dead. Your Bishop Aelfirth was the Sikhs.
Bugger. Half of Winchester is in mourning for that nun-groper.
I found this nailed on a door. The quill wields words like a knife.
A disputation of tutelage. Pretty chatter with poisoned intent. I will look into this more.
The gallows? What do you know of him?
Must be another reeve, I'm sure of it. Only we have the power to mete out justice. And this one would walk with cocksure righteousness.
The gallows had you arrested, so he must command the law.
Reeve Selwyn? Of course! That hedge pig has brought down laws like a hammer on Winchester, executing sinners on spurious charges in the square.
Could it be another?
He's the man. He's the only one who fits. End his terror, Eivor.
Good people of Winchester, open your eyes. See how Alfred's lofty ideals are weighed down in this mire of human effluence. These prisoners before you do not live by Alfred's laws. They live above them. They wallow in shit, only guided by their own perversity. Hubert here, his wits addled by ale, spoke false of Bishop Aelfirth, our pious servant of Winchester, who even now lies cold in his grave shroud.
Aelfirth was no man of God. He'll burn for his sins.
Your wife is a baying shrew, Hubert. Is there a man here who has not supped rancid mead from her cup?
When will your work be done, Selwyn? When all of Winchester falls to your justice?
Winchester has passed judgment, Hubert. May God have mercy on your cankerous soul.
There's no longer freedom in Winchester.
None is safe from his blade.
Rats in the grain
Come on.
store, and Alfred has set the traps.
This
Shall steal and be welcome at our hearts. I will kill you for this.
Selwyn punishes criminals, as it should be.
He's the worst criminal of all.
Let's end this. Who dares to defy Alfred's laws? The degenerates must be punished. You are the enemy of Winchester. Watch my lead.
Must be blocked from the other side.
Get round the side.
Flawless speed! You have been found guilty of harlotry.
Where Papito Wilmam? Is the city here befreakt?
Dead.
There are rats in the grain store, and Alfred has set the traps.
There's no longer freedom in Winchester.
None is safe from his blade.
Slander and keep your... I will kill you for this. Let your servant, Winchester. You will not pervert justice.
Does Alfred not do something? Selwyn's bloodlust will doom us all.
Cerva ta dunga, Dwellichan!
Punishes criminals as it should be.
He's the worst criminal of them all!
Perverter of justice! Who dares execute the king's noose?
It is not in Alfred's name that you carry out your work. You are the Order's executioner.
You peer through the veil, but you do not see clearly. Alfred's laws are a slave's fever dream. He offers shit-soaked beggars a seat at his table, where the meek devour the strong. Who best to judge the fate of the wretched many, if not the strong and worthy few?
To protect your people, you must sheathe your hand in an iron glove.
You grind your heels into the backs of freed men, not those who deserve it.
The Order condemns all men to pain. For all men are but a shadow of the perfection we should know. The perfection of the Ancient Ones.
You are only a man, Reed. One dead branch on a fast-dying tree.
God's justice awaits, coward!
I should meet with Goodwin, see what he has found on the quill.
Together, lads, we have this! Those who do wrong must be punished. Jesus would preach forgiveness!
Part of us that lives on with God after we die. Bishop Aelfirth's passive.
Give up!
Show me.
He's so brave, like a young.
What is that boy doing?
Heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones. Does Magister Batter not teach you the scriptures?
Magister Batter is a horse's dangles.
And here is the axe I used to swat a fly.
You have ventured from your burrow.
And you have plunged my city into chaos. I had hoped you would use the lessons of your subtler gods.
We have no subtle gods.
If the gallows is truly dead, perhaps we can allow cautious revelry?
I did only what I agreed to, Alfred. If your crown now weighs heavy, I would gladly take it from you.
Forgive my outburst. God sowed in me a passion, but English prose is an instrument long out of tune.
We all want better for our people, don't we, Eivor? Yours and ours.
The quill remains. What do we know?
The decay of learning has been gentle in Wessex. We enjoy the office of wise men, but we have neglected the study of wisdom.
The quill preys on this lapse.
Did you discover more from the writings I found?
I did. The quill is calling the children of Winchester to arms. Now we know why so many children scurry through the streets. Feral and untutored.
I can talk to some, see where they lead me.
Good. Find me at the alehouse when you're done. And try not to scare the piss from any of them.
We Norse are the monsters of your Saxon mother's bedtime tales. I promise nothing. I see you, child. Come.
The bad Reeve, Selwyn. I saw you punish him in the square.
He hurt many people.
Yes. He hurt my mother to death. Then took her good luck charm. Perhaps you found it? A little carved tree. It is all I have to remember her by.
Such a sad story. Take this. Perhaps it'll keep you off the streets and out of trouble.
For me? Oh, thank you.
Spry little mouse. Will you lead me to your quill?
Heaven will swallow the smoke of Aelfred's pyre.
Very poetic. But he's going to be buried in the grounds of the Minster.
Stop struggling and give back that apple.
Apple?
Archbeard! You'll set Winchester ablaze!
Roly-poly mutton man, you can't catch me!
God help me. I'd rather be shoveling dung in Malvern again.
Have a look, Sunan.
Jump, little please! Jump, please! Jump! Stop it, you grubkin! If he falls, God will punish you! He's going to fall! Oh! Oh, my days! I can't look! Go on, Essobert! It's not for the taking!
Suffer!
He's so brave, like a young King Alfred. He'll crack his head like a fresh hen's egg. Go on, Essobert!
What do you see, Sunan?
Go on, Essobert! It's yours for the taking!
You there, little cut purse.
Keep your beak out, Nosy! I'm starving!
Jump, please, jump! Stop it, you grubkin! If he falls, God will...
Go, my eyes.
I'm going to do it! Stop it, you grubkin! If he falls, God will punish you!
I need your eyes, my friend.
You again? You should mind your own beeswax.
Elwyn, is it? You wield fire like the flaming Jotnar.
It was burning when I found it. Hot days like this, things just go whoosh. Well? Oi! Wigbert! You great moon calf.
Hand it over, Alwyn. We saw your little shadow take it. What you looking at?
How about I pay you to scuttle off to the tavern and drink yourself senseless?
Deal. Better than running round after you, grubby urchins.
Come on, then!
Ha! That showed them.
Trouble seems to follow you.
And I wriggle out of it like a slippery eel. Why are you following me?
I'm looking for the quill. So I'm asking you, his little worker bees.
Us? Working for the quill? Shows what you know.
Is that so?
They were the quill's ninny pops. Smart stuff to throw coin at them. They'll be too swift to bother you now.
It sounds like you owe me your life.
This one's brave and strong. Might be able to help us.
So you're not working for the quill?
We steal to stay alive and out of the quill's clutches.
But you know where I can find him.
They come up from the sewers like rats. Go on, give her what you took. Maybe she can save us. Good luck, Dane. Try not to get maimed and all that.
Show me what lies ahead. I should watch out for a mousetrap.
Everyone died. I like and left me alone on the streets. But Majesty Battus' stealing is wrong. I'm going to marry King Alfred, and he's going to whisk me away from all this toil.
No escaping me that way!
That's her! Dimwit Dane, didn't guess the quill's a she.
Now, Elwyn. Few have the wit that you and I possess. Most see the world in simpler terms, where we are the weaker sex.
A broodmare who preys on innocence and you brag about strength.
How little you know. Defend your mistress! Alfred, may your will shield you. Now,
a broodmare who prey.
how?
Dogs.
Now, you lie!
Now, how little? Defend your miss.
Does she flee to the bishop's house?
We shouldn't lava nu! Fundia! Skafra! Fundia
Keep your wits. The Dane wants my blood. Show yourself, murderer! Winchester must see your crime.
Let's strip the dog off!
Coward! Shoot! Shoot!
Feed the worms!
No more running! Winchester must see your cry!
Watch my lead! We have the advantage.
No.
Come, child.
Coward! Using children.
To educate them. Give me a child and tell us what use are letters when a child can only write his name in pig shit. I taught little Alwyn so much more. Saved her if I could save them all.
But you can't.
My order is the... And what would you sacrifice for infinite?
Not their innocence.
A pity. Non requiescat.
Getting tired?
Goodwin said to meet him at an alehouse nearby.
Hey, Thomas! Woola!
Valde in regno dei Gypsy Pharaoni. Und hier, man hoort. How about a round of dice?
There's drinking to be done! Who's with me?
Eivor!
Is this where Justice hides?
Hides? Splood, no. This is a wake, my friend.
You heard.
Hilda's were not the only eyes in Winchester. My spies tell me stories of an avenging angel striking down the unworthy.
I have been called worse.
Be thou hail, ale. If the mead is fresh and the air is...
I could use someone like you in my settlement. With ink on his fingers and a sense of honor.
I would love to devote myself to the study and practice of the law. There is a weariness in war.
Impossible. Even...
I must thank you before the ale dulls me. It must be a sour apple to swallow, knowing that you are the last of
Are you sure the Sikhs is dead?
The bishop is dead, that's certain. And if the bishop was the Sikhs is dead.
I don't believe it. Too much theater in Winchester. Overwrought players and wailing women.
Well, you could pay your respects and see for yourself. The funeral is today.
If he rots, I will leave with my silver. But if he...
Watch your step.
Here to test
Whether you find or make a corpse, meet me at the Witten with your report.
It's held you here.
If the bishop is wormmeal, then here should be the proof.
Do you not see? I am in prayer.
May we speak of your brother's death?
Have you no shame?
I will leave you in peace then. If the bishop is wormmeal, then here should be the proof.
Eternal bliss, where joy endures for all
Did
those
you know
beloved
Bishop
of God.
Aelfirth?
Barely. But can you still smell the burned flesh? It's rife across the whole graveyard.
Only his face was burned. That seems like a strange accident. And this corpse's build is slight, frail. Goodwin said Aelfirth was a brute.
A stranger comes to Wemba.
You do not mourn like they do.
Wemba is always here, helping the sleeping, singing to them, so they are not frightened before they meet God.
The sleeping? You mean the dead?
Wemba helps the monks. Dig, dig, dig.
You dig the graves. Did you bury Aelfirth?
Have you seen Layoff, my poor friend?
Lay off. What happened to him?
Sleeping? Sleeping like my dog when I hugged him too hard.
Someone hurt Layoff?
Yes, yes. And while he slept, they stole his face.
Not just stolen, but burnt.
Which is 3 on 10.
Are you the bishop's family?
God, no. Just here to make sure that impious bastard is actually dead. He bedded my wife, the randy bastard.
Threadbare clothes. Did they belong to Wimber's friend? This funeral is a shadow play. The Order killed an innocent, burned his face so no one could tell, and it...
What now?
A pretty show you have laid on here, but I know the truth.
You would dare speak to me? When my poor brother Aelfirth lies cold in his shroud.
Your brother is the Sikhs, and no more dead than I am.
Heresy. My brother was the Bishop of Winchester.
When Goodwin got too close to the truth about your brother's place in the Order, you buried him. Or rather, you buried another in his place. The poor gravedigger's friend. Burning his face so no one would know.
How did you... No, I...
Your brother is not in that crypt. Tell me where he is before more lives are lost.
I will not tell you any more. Guards! All right, have your way. They won't do you any good. Guards, protect me!
You're right, busy! Together, lads, we have this!
Not getting away from me!
Why will you not leave me alone?
Enough of this, cat and mouse. Where is your brother, the one they call the Sikhs?
He is a ghost now. But he will make himself flesh once more at the Witten. And Alfred will be king no more.
He means to kill Alfred?
Regicide? No. The king will step aside and Aelfrith will lead us all, risen and resplendent as the Lord.
You are a damned fool.
Neon.
Jewel, you damn scoundrel! We have all...
Stretch your wings, Sunan.
In the past, Anglo-Saxons prospered.
The Sikhs must be hiding in the crowd, biding his time to strike at Alfred.
Not priest, clerk, or abbot can turn the letter of their sermons from Latin to English. And how can we understand
They'll kill us all!
Why do you defend this time crown? Me?
Greater men than you have died on my sword.
The Sikhs must be hiding in the crowd, biding his time to strike at Alfred.
But the decay of English prose has been... Not priest, clerk, or abbot can turn the letter of their sermons from Latin to English.
And how can we understand God's words if they are not spoken in our tongue? Aelfirth is dead, and we mourn him. But the foul deeds of the unrighteous are sown among our holy deeds, like cockles and tare in a field of wheat. Education, wisdom, enlightened thought. This will raise us above the sins of our fathers. These I will demand of the next Bishop of Winchester. And so we meet to discuss all worthy candidates and choose the man who will shepherd our flock.
The king is... God save us! Why do you defend this tiny crown? Enough, you scheming cur!
Greater men than you have died on my sword.
Big mistake!
Squeeze me! Get on me!
In the past, Anglo-Saxons prospered in both warfare and wisdom. But the decay of English prose has been creeping. Not priest, clerk, or abbot can turn the letter of their sermons from Latin to English. And how can we understand God's words if they are not spoken in our tongue? Aelfirth is dead, and we mourn him. But the foul deeds of the unrighteous are sown among our holy deeds.
God save us! Hellfire! Why do you defend? Big mistake! Saints alive! You! Come on, then! Cut you down! Why won't you die? Try this one! Come on, then!
Kuma! Shulong!
la dritte in over ne glazen eus her.
Why do you defend this tarnished crown?
Enough, you scheming cur!
Better men than you have died on my sword.
Fear me! Out of options, dog.
How sweet is the shepherd's pipe when he calls his lambs to slaughter. I was born to Christians in the northern wilds. My mother would cradle me beneath the stars and whisper, dove-like, God watches over you. Then your people came. And God fixed his stout eye as they slit her throat for a copper ring. No stars threw down their spears as barbarians smeared her blood through fields of broken wheat. God watched all, and I hated him.
It may be Alfred's god was testing you. A trial you failed.
Alfred's god is weak. Yet he would chain us all in his service, from our first breath to our death rattle. My order wishes to break these mind-forged manacles. I am the wolf in lamb's wool.
He takes on the role of a god himself. A worthy path to walk.
A wolf is but a walking feast for ravens.
One more gift for you, Dane. A deadly truth, if you can find it. With my death, the Order will not die. It will only transform into something far worse for all of us.
Elfirth will not cheat Loki's dread-daughter twice.
I owe you my life.
An irony not lost on me, Alfred.
My king, we'll go by back streets to the Old Minster. Eivor may find us there when all has settled.
Aelfus, my love! No! Curse you, Dane! My brother served God.
He was not a Christian. He abhorred your god.
But why strike him down? Have you no compassion for good men?
We both have more questions than answers. But if you know this key, perhaps we can help one another. Where is its home?
You treated me with kindness, but this damned order, their machinations killed my brother, so the rest may rot. Take this key to the ruins beneath the bishop's house. You may find answers there.
God won't let us
My eyes, Sunan.
Hey, hold on. Oh, God! Try to flank! Gonna bleed! Over here, boys! Take the fight to the enemy!
This must be it. The door to Aelfir's secrets. If Aelfir's sister spoke true, I will find answers in the ruins. This must be it. The door to Aelfir's secrets. I will send this to Hytham. He may make some sense of it. Jammed. Need to get on the other side. Must be blocked from the other side. Everything they did was to undermine Elfrid. She lied to me. There is nothing here of the Order. I should see Elfrid for my reward.
Come forth, Eivor.
Here is far enough.
When wrongdoers came to devour my flesh, these enemies stumbled and fell.
Have the laws of hospitality been thrown out, Elfrid? I did exactly as we agreed.
That you did. But do not mistake necessity for friendship.
You are a man of your word, a man of God.
Indeed. By his example, I live my life. Goodwin?
Here is the only silver fit for one of your dragon boats. A reminder of Christ's sacrifice and our charity.
This too I offer you. Live here among us in peace as a Christian, or die a pagan in a blood-soaked field. All you have to lose is life everlasting.
And if I choose neither?
He offers you hope, Eivor. A life of purpose, above and beyond this one. You'd be a fool to refuse.
Your reign will end, King of the West Saxons. Raven wings will beat until your throne crumbles to dust.
You were wrong, Goodwin. This one is beyond saving.
You had your chance, damn you!
I did not want it. Damn you, Alfred.
Follow my lead.
I will return to Hytham and Ranvi. They will want to know what happened here. Eivor, have you seen Wallace? The Order in Winchester has been wiped out, but we are no longer welcome there. My contact was none other than King Alfred himself. The Order wanted him dead, so he fought back.
Alfred? The line between friend and enemy is a porous one.